to Hanoi. I'm here. It was a long journey, but I made it. I had some trouble with immigration in Thailand. Well, not trouble, but just I was in Krabi and they stamped me out prior to me leaving Bangkok, so I couldn't actually leave the airport. So I had to sleep in the airport for 12 hours. It was unpleasant, but honestly, I made the best of it and slept on the plane from Bangkok to Hanoi, which is really only an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, and it was great. I'm having I feel rejuvenated now that I'm in Vietnam. I was getting a little tired being in Thailand, but now that I'm in Vietnam, I feel like I have a new energy. So now I am headed to try and grab a SIM card, some food, and maybe walk around a little bit. I can check in about an hour to my hostel. Until then, I think I'm gonna hang out. Giving me so much energy, so much life. Such a cool place already. The energy is so chaotic. What I was getting, so I took the bus in, which was really easy. There's a bus called the 86. I'll try and see if I can get a video of it. It is 35,000 dong, which is like $1 or something, a little more than $1. It takes you from the airport into the old quarter. And when I was on the bus, a guy from Turkey, me and him started chatting. He's from Turkey, lived in the US, and currently teaches English in China. He was trying to tell me how to basically navigate not getting hit by a motorbike, and he was like, yeah, basically pretend they don't exist, like ignore them. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, if you ignore them, they can anticipate your move and just go around you. But if you are like looking at them, trying to, match up what you're doing to what they're doing, you might get nervous and like make a sudden movement. That's how people get hit, basically. So when you see people in videos in Vietnam just like walking out into traffic, that's actually, I don't know if it's the safest thing, but that's what they're doing basically. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not trying to get hit by a motorbike, so but I'm sure I'll get the hang of it. Feeling a million times better. Was able to take a shower, a hot shower. Yes. And unpack my stuff, lay down for a bit. I got here, was able to, I arrived and was able to get my SIM card, get money out of the ATM, which there was a little snafu, but was able to figure it out. And now I am going to get a banh mi immediately. I've been in Vietnam for maybe 4 hours, and I need a banh mi stat. Good morning. I'm not sure if I ever followed up on how good that banh mi was, but it was great. So I'm up early today, It's like 8 o'clock. No, it's like 9 o'clock right now. And I'm headed to the Ho Chi Minh Museum. Okay, so we just traveled through this line. We are at the Ho Chi Minh grounds. So there's a museum here, there's a mausoleum here, and we're waiting in line. I think we're let in by groups. I'm here with somebody that I met. We met on the bus from the airport. So say hey, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Ayub. I'm from Turkey.
Hey! And we're gonna explore for the next few hours the museum. If they let us they probably will let us take video or picture, maybe not video. So, but if they do, I'll insert video here of what I see. So we came out of the museum, the Ho Chi Minh Museum and Mausoleum, and me and my friend are trying to get to the front part of it. So we were just gonna walk around, but then we stumbled upon what they're calling a botanical garden. It's pretty interesting. It's almost like abandoned, like there's nobody really in here. It's beautiful, like there's some things that are beautiful. But I think we're just gonna walk around and explore. probably 3 days later, or 2 days later, I guess, and I am about to head out into this dreary weather to get some pizza. Well, I was able to catch my grab. I think yesterday I left off the vlog, but after we went through the botanical garden, we went and got pho. It was so good. It was delicious. It's very rainy and kind of cold in Hanoi right now, so having some very hot pho was delicious and hit the spot. I don't think I got any of it because I literally ate it so quickly, and we were sitting like kind of on the ground. It's like one of those where you walk up and the tables are like kid tables. Hanoi is a very walkable city. I say that as I'm in a Grab right now. If it was good weather, I probably would have walked to where I'm going now. It's like an hour walk, but I did not feel like walking an hour in the rain. I have about 2 more days here. I just booked my tickets for an overnight train to Hue maybe 2 days ago, or no, for 2 days from now. I tried to get a nicer train, but One to Asia sent me a message back and was like, the train you're trying to book is sold out. Here's like these lesser nice trains that you can go on, so it'll be an adventure. Like, a lot of the reviews say that there are cockroaches, but you know, I've been on trains that have cockroaches before. But yeah, I'm excited to keep exploring the city. Just finished up eating, and that was pretty good. It's like real Italian. I think it was like 200, a little over, it's like 250 dong, which is like $10, so that's almost like US prices, but honestly it was worth it. I needed some comfort food so badly. I was so just like craving, I don't know, something familiar. But now that I've stepped out, look at this view. My meal, like I said, was great, but sometimes Westerners are just embarrassing. There were these people that I was eating with who were just being incredibly rude to the staff. Like, I don't know what their problem was. One guy was, I think, Australian or from New Zealand, something like that. Based off of his accent, I can't tell. It wasn't anywhere in Europe, and it wasn't American or Canadian. And he was just like snapping, like literally snapping at the waiter and having them bring things out and take things back. And I looked at him. It was him, some woman, and another guy. And the woman looked at me and you could tell that she like knew. She was telling him to apologize, and it was just so like unnecessary and rude. So that was the only thing that was like a little bit of a snafu. It's like, that's my first, not my first time, but that was a very clear example of when Westerners come to some place and like are just disrespectful and rude, and they think they're more important than they actually are.
Để cùng chung tay phòng chống dịch corona trên địa bàn chợ. Trân trọng cảm ơn. Thay mặt ban tổ chức.
A little bit of like what the vibe is like. Imagine a shopping mall, but most of the stores are closed and people have just put up like pop-up stands, basically like an abandoned shopping mall. That I get to see other parts of this really beautiful country. Right now, my last day here, yesterday, I found a really great brunch place. It's called Lifted Coffee and Brunch, and I figured I would treat myself. It's kind of like Western food, so I figured I'd treat myself my last day here and get a nice, good brunch before getting on an overnight train to Hawaii. So that's what we're gonna do, and then we'll probably go see a couple more sites, and then I have to film a wrap-up video for Thailand, which is severely overdue. Thank you. I'm here at the train station, taking an overnight train from Hanoi to Hue. Pretty much every hand, shoulder, whatever is full. And I'm about to hop on my train. So I'm gonna head down here and hop on my train. Coach number 6. 3, 4. This is the train. These. It says coach number 6, seat number 5. Here I am. So here's what I'm working with here. And there are literally already roaches all over. And up here, I don't know if you can see. It's gonna be a long night. And we're off. I sprayed the cabin with citronella that I got in Thailand.